Hello everybody, my name's Jason, I'm a noob, and this is my pal Nugget, and coming up next is your Noob Nugget. Like many people, the pandemic meant a change of pace. I was fortunate to be able to take advantage of this change and learn something I've been wanting to do for a while. Learn to race. I'm older with the family, so I'm not going to just drop everything and hit the road. Instead, I decided to do what I thought was the next best thing. Learn in a simulator. Shortly after deciding to pull the trigger, I was pretty upset that I couldn't go to medieval times for my birthday, so I wanted to treat myself. My fate was to be decided by Craigslist. If I could find a seat, I would build a motion simulator. Come to find out, there was a pandemic which made things scarce. A single seat was available and they happened to live nearby. It seemed like destiny. So if you want to help me fulfill my destiny, just hit subscribe and support me on Twitch sometime. Now if you do any research into motion simulators, all paths will eventually lead you to one very promising product, the DOF reality motion platform. First, I will say it's worth every penny. They did all the legwork with the hardware components and you just put them together. There are 3 levels which constitute the degrees of freedom they simulate, so 2, 3, and 6. Then there are 2 product families, the H and the P. The way I understand it is the H is the consumer grade and the P is the commercial grade rated for extended runtimes. The other benefit to their system is you could upgrade within the product families. So if you start out with the H2, you could upgrade to the H3 later. They're overseas and I didn't want to risk any returns, so I went with the P3. I hope to upgrade to the P6 eventually. Hardware is really only as good as the software that runs it, and they score big here in my bit. DOF partnered with the Sim Racing Studios, which was really smart. I've had a few minor issues with software over the months, and Sim Racing Studios team has always been super responsive and fixed every issue promptly, even on the weekends in one instance. Pay for the premium membership and help those guys out. I also wanted a solution that was a small footprint, could be customized, and used for more than just simulation. My camera died, so I didn't really get the rest of the elapsed time build, but I planned, designed, 3D printed, and built a command station. It's mostly finalized, so let's take a tour while I finish up this review. On top, I mounted my surrounds to the back of the seat and wired them through the chair. I don't use a seatbelt, so extra bonus is an ab workout. It helps me lose weight, so thanks DOF. I bought lumbar support pad off Amazon, which really helps in the extended game sessions, and I also purchased the Sim Racing Studios Shake Kit with the extra padding. It adds to the immersion and really helps me with learning to drive, in regards to helping me feel when it's time to shift. There's supposed to be a way to side mount the joystick to the rig using the included F bracket, but the instructions were poor and I couldn't figure it out. That's okay, it comes in handy for hanging my VR headset. I swivel mounted the mouse pad and printed a holster for the mouse. Helps to put it away while driving or in flight. I have a Fanatec DD1 with the Formula 1 wheel and advanced paddle shifters. I printed a box on the back to hold my Arduino boards, and these control my fans. Any fan would do, not ones like I have, but I made my own versus buying them from Sim Racing Studios. The keyboard was just mounted with the regular tablet mounted arm, and then when I play games I don't really use my keyboard, so I use an old Nostromo N52. I arm mounted it so I can enable or disable first person mode. For the pedal, I'm prototyping a quick release track system. I made it so that I could release the clamps and release the slide, and then I could easily just slide this on and off. This comes in handy when I want to swap the driving and the flight pedals. I have an idea for a more permanent accessory, so if there's any welders out there that want to collaborate, or if DOF is interested, hit me up. On the bottom, I did buy the cover for the DOF to protect from dust and keep the dogs away from the motors. I would not buy this if I were you, just make your own. Unfortunately, I feel this was designed poorly, and you have to put it on while you're assembling it. I didn't know that at the time, so I ended up chopping it up and just sticking it on here with staples. A friend of Tabitha said I should add lights. I play in VR, so it's not really for me. I did it for everybody else. The last point I'd like to make is about the extra wheel support accessory. Yes, there is play in the wheel as other reveals have shown. I had an issue with this when I was using my Thrustmaster wheel, but since I switched to the direct drive wheel, I haven't had any issues at all. I think because the torque is so strong, you're too busy going left and right to push forward and back. Then the last thing I would say is to Sim Racing Studios. It'd be nice if they gave premium members the ability to control things like LEDs and fans from a third-party controller board, so then I could just control everything from their software. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. Anyway, I can't recommend this product enough, and for that reason, Nugget gives this product 2 paws up.